What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Cal here, bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel video, and today we are going to be playing some Evil Twins. Now, Evil Twins is a pretty cool deck, and it does have its flaws, but it is pretty cool as you're able to go ahead and play a lot of hand traps in this deck. If you are new to the channel though, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as I noticed that there is a lot of you guys that are watching my videos that are not subscribed, and you might as well hit the subscribe button, bro. No cap. But anyways, this is what we are playing. With this deck, I will say that it does lose to Ash a lot, and it loses an Imperm. And for some reason, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, they always have these cards in their hand. Like every duel, every new person has at least one of these cards in their hand. So do keep that in mind. It's kind of rough to play around, especially if you don't have your called or your Crossout Designator. But I will say one trick that you can do, especially if you're going second, you could go ahead and summon out one of your Evil Twins, have its effect activate, then you could go ahead and droplet it if they do try to Ash it. And by doing that, what's going to happen is they're going to miss, and then you also are able to go ahead and basically just like negate one of their monsters on the field, right? So super clutch little play right there that I noticed worked. So yeah, this is what we are playing. One thing I also forgot to add, oh my gosh, where is my Baguska? Where is Baguska? Baguska is huge in this deck. Now, Baguska is, the reason I'm playing that is because of Peril Exceeds, but also because another reason that I like Baguska in this deck is because you can go ahead and stall for time if you need to, especially against those nasty little Floowandereeze cards, right? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Cal Life is signing out. See ya. Okay, so we are going to be starting out first. Now, I noticed when it comes to live twins, you definitely want to start out first. That way you could go ahead and get your setup going. But unfortunately, we are going to go ahead and get impermed. The biggest thing about this deck, guys, and I'm being serious, this deck loses to a lot of hand traps. People in this game have Ash. They have the power of imperm. If you're going first, both is happening, no matter if you have the out, because there's been times where I had the out and they had the second out. Anyways, we're gonna finally be able to go into our Lil-La, and then we're gonna go into Lil-La. From there, we can go ahead and summon out the Ki-Sikil again. We do get to draw a card, which is gonna be Imperm. And then we're gonna finally summon out our Trouble Sunny. Now, Trouble Sunny has such a nice looking animation. Look at this card. The card looks amazing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, we do put our cards face down, but it's gonna get wiped out by Harpie's Feather Duster. There's not much we could do. And then it looks like we are gonna go against a Swordsoul player. Now, the good thing about this deck is we do also play a lot of hand traps. So they are gonna summon out Moye. Moye is going to reveal Moye, so that just lets me know one thing. Let's go ahead and destroy this. That way we can go ahead and stop the synchro. So they do get their token out because it's not a negate, it's just a destroy. So they do end up ending their turn. Now, on our turn, we do draw into Nib. Nib is going to be huge for us. I'm going to go ahead and immediately activate Trouble Sunny's ability. That way I can go ahead and destroy a card. And then we can also draw a card. So we destroy out the Munkatengi. I do get a monster reborn. I'm now going to go into Artifcact Dagda, and from here it's just going to be a GG's, as we're gonna potentially go ahead and sight lock them. And the reason I wanted to sight lock them, because now I can just make sure they can't go into the extra deck, which is huge. So after that, I do get out the Trouble Sunny again. The Trouble Sunny, we can then go ahead and attack, and then we're going to attack for 3,300, and then finally we're just going to go ahead and end our turn. So I did think about one point in time summoning our Trouble Sunny, but I just didn't. Not really sure why I didn't use Monster Reborn, but anyways, it really didn't matter, as there's nothing that our opponent can do, as we're going to go ahead and draw one card with the Lil-La, and then with the Ki-Sikil, and then with the Lil-La we can go ahead and destroy our Artifcact Scythe. Artifcact Scythe is going to resummon itself from the grave, and all they can do is summon out Ecclesia. Ecclesia attacks us, but there's nothing they can do as they're sight locked. So they cannot special summon from the extra deck, and Swordsoul needs to extra summon from the extra deck. So one meta deck down, on to the next one. Alright, now we're on to the second duel, and we are going second, and it looks like we're playing some Floowandereeze. And honestly, we're gonna go ahead and have to imperm that immediately. That way Eaglin does not be able to activate its effect, so they can do some more summons. Now this is going to be a super long duel, if I remember correctly. Now I decided in this deck to go and add Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires for some reason felt better for me than Pot of Extravagance. I'm not really sure why, but it always seemed to work out better for me than the other. Anyways, they are going to summon out Eaglin because of the trap card to go ahead and summon out M-Pen. And I know what you guys are thinking. Yo, what do you do against this deck, since all you can do is link summon? Well, luckily for me, I had a plan, and it is called Zeus. So you're going to see we're going to go into Zeus eventually. They are going to summon, activate the Vanity's Emptiness, which I think is absolutely BS. Because, bro, you're already playing Floodgates, and you're going to activate a second Floodgate to stop me? Like, come on, bro. Anyways, we are going to activate a Pot of Desires. From there, we get to draw 2 cards. We draw into a Veiler and a Ash Blossom. I choose not to do anything because I know I can't special summon from the extra deck. But they are going to activate the Floowandereeze Unexplored Winds. And because of that, we can now activate our big boy Ghost Ogre, our big girl, which is then going to pop the Vanity's Emptiness. They are then going to activate Pot of Duality, but we have the out to stop that with the Ash Blossom. As you can see, these hand traps are really clutch. So now we just have to deal with one more card, and that is going to be the Eaglin, which we're going to then go ahead and affect Veiler once again. So now we have stopped Eaglin not once but twice, and all they have left is the M-Pen on the field and the Eaglin that can't really do anything because he got negated. They can't go ahead and normal summon again. So now with them leaving the Eaglin on the field, this is going to be their worst nightmare, as we're just going to go ahead and summon out our Ki-Sikil. From Ki-Sikil, we're going to go and summon out the Lil-La, and then we're going to go and summon out our Frost. I'm going to summon out Sky Cavalry. We're going to attack with Sky Cavalry, which is then going to go transform into a Down Northern Magician, and you guys can see where this is going as we summon out the power of Zeus. So now with Zeus onto the board, I'm going to go ahead and wait for him to do something, as since we're in defense, M-Pen can't affect us. So they are going to activate Pot of Duality, which is going to go ahead and show the cards that they get. They do get a Pot of, I think that's Pot of Prosperity. And they're going to go ahead and toss 6 cards to the grave, I mean to the Banner Zone. From here, they're going to go ahead and grab, I think they grabbed the Robina if I remember correctly. And at this point, it really didn't matter what they grabbed because we do have the power of Zeus. So they are going to activate Robina, they're going to activate Eaglin. Now, usually I would be worried, but because we have Zeus on the field, I'm not worried at all. They do grab themselves the Barrier Statue. Barrier Statue really hurts this deck because we have no way to get it over it if we don't have any of our Link monsters on the field. So anyways, luckily for us, he never got that card out originally. So we are able to just go ahead and activate Zeus's ability. They are going to fish the Robina back from the Banner Zone. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and, well, they're just going to go ahead and end turn. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was not paying attention when I did this. I should have activated Zeus's ability early. I don't know why I did not. I was not paying attention because I decided to go ahead into our Ki-Sikil. From there, we're going to summon out the Lil-La. And from Lil-La, we're going to go ahead and activate this ability to summon out the Ki-Sikil Evil Twin. And then from there, we draw into a Pot of Desires. I summon out Trouble Sunny. And from Trouble Sunny, I'm going to activate Pot of Desires again. We're going to draw 2 cards. And we are now going to activate the Sunny Snitch. Attack for 2,500. This could have been a 3,300 attack. It wouldn't have been enough to kill, but still, I should have activated Zeus because Zeus just went to the grave for no freaking reason, man. Anyways, they are going to summon out the Robina. at this point, we have nothing we can do against this. So I decided to wait with our Sunny Snitch. Now I do know that because with Trouble Sunny, they do have the Monarch card in their hand, and I have to play around that, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that he can't get that out originally, and force him to go ahead and do something else. We then are going to go ahead and chain the Call by the Grave. That way this can't be negated by some random thing. The only thing that would have stopped that would be like a Call by the Grave, but we end up Call by the Grave the M-Pen. And the reason I Call by the Grave M-Pen is not only because it was the only card in the graveyard, but also because with M-Pen being negated, it can't activate its effect to where it can go ahead and lower our attack by half if we have a monster in attack position that was special summoned. So we would not be able to activate our own effects, but our Trouble Sunny is strong enough to attack over it, and knowing that we won't be able to be our attack lowered is good. So we do draw two Maxx's. Maxx's are absolutely useless against this deck, so I wasn't too happy to see those. But they do summon out their Rise of the Mega Monarch, which is gonna go ahead and basically bounce some cards. Does suck, as they are going to clear our board, but you're gonna see like there's really not much they were left with. So I already had a nice little follow-up coming. So they do attack with Ryza. Ryza destroys our Lil-La, and then we're left with Ki-Sikil. So at this point, if I remember correctly, they do end up scooping because we do actually have game. Because yeah, so what I would have eventually done, right, is knowing that they don't have anything in their hand to activate, I would have went ahead and got our Ki-Sikil, Evil Twin Ki-Sikil, to activate its ability, bring back the Evil Twin Lil-La, then from there pop the Ryza. Popping the Ryza, we go into Trouble Sunny. From Trouble Sunny, we attack directly for 3,300, and then from there we could go ahead and activate Trouble Sunny's ability, bring back our two links to go ahead and attack for game, which is going to be 2,200, and that was more than enough to end. But anyways, let's get into the next one. Okay, so on this match we are starting first, so I'm gonna go ahead and summon out my Ki-Sikil, and then from there we can go ahead and summon out the Lil-La. Now we do summon out the Evil Twin Ki-Sikil, which is going to allow us to go ahead and bring out the Lil-La again to go into the Evil Twin Lil-La. Lil-La is now going to allow us to go ahead and summon out the Ki-Sikil once more, and then we are going to get nibbed. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and Maxx. That way I at least gain plus on something. And boy, I gotta tell you, oh man, it really sucks knowing that you get Maxx, especially with this deck, because nib, if you get nibbed with this deck, because nib really hurts you. But anyways, we do grab ourselves the Sunny Snitch. From there, I'm gonna go ahead and use Ki-Sikil, and then we're gonna go ahead and play two cards face down. I think at this point they are going to go ahead and summon out a Sengan to summon out Salomon Armage, and then activate Sengan's ability. We are going to Ash that though to go ahead and stop it from activating. They are going to go ahead and Crossout Designate us, so I decided to activate Call by the Grave, which I'm super happy about because this was able to stop their combo. And I was really debating if I should do Called or Ash at the time, but I'm glad I went with what I did. So now the only thing that they can do is basically just attack with nib, but they decided to instead go into Verte Anaconda, and then from Verte they're gonna go and activate that to try to get out a DPE, which would have been super annoying because DPE destroys this deck, right? But thankfully we have the Imperm face down. Imperm is gonna go ahead and negate that first, and then they're just gonna go ahead and attack with Verte. So now that our token is off the field, they did us a favor because we need no monsters to activate our Life Twin. We do top deck into a Harpie Feather Duster, which we're going to go ahead and activate. Super clutch for us. They're going to go ahead and basically Call by the Grave our Ki-Sikil, which does suck, but it's not the worst thing that could happen. So by that getting Call by the Grave, we're going to go ahead and summon out the Ki-Sikil and then go with Lil-La. Finally summon out Sky Cav, From Sky Cab, I'm just gonna go ahead and attack and then go into Downward and then into Zeus, which is going to be a really good play for us, as now anything that they summon we could just go ahead and pop twice, as we have a total of 4 on the Zeus. So it is their turn. They are going to go ahead and summon out a Sengen, and they're just gonna go ahead and quit, as there's nothing else that they could do. So yeah, GG's. But anyways guys, if you liked the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, this deck has a lot of issues. It loses to a lot of things. Ash Blossom, Imperm, Call of the Grave hurts it really bad. Nibiru is a big thing that really hurts it as well. So when you do play this deck, just be cautious about that. Even with the new support of Sunny, Trouble Sunny, I don't think it's really going to be climbing too much on the ladder, to be honest. It may be tier 3 at best, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't consider it to be tier 2. But anyways, yes, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm signing out. Thank you all for watching once again. See ya.